start with our program this evening. My name is Caressa Peterson, the founder and coordinator for the DoGood-er Awards, and your MC for tonight's festivities. We are overjoyed. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. We are overjoyed. Thank you. We are overjoyed you're with us this evening. Welcome to the 9th annual DoGood-er Awards and a room full of local leaders and lots of do-gooders. Tonight we are going to be celebrating 14 outstanding nominees who have been doing good things in our community and for those around us. Once again, there's a strong contingency of women nominated. The men seem to be catching up a little with a 10-to-4 ratio. Yeah. I imagine women inherently have the do-gooder gene, but I have a feeling there are more gentlemen out there doing good things than we realize. Yeah, that's right. So make sure to keep them in mind for future years to shed a light on their efforts. This year we have two amazing women triumphing in recovery. Several working with those with intellectual disabilities in our community. Two that work hard to mentor young women. Several that educate others with specific skills. One that works to get people through grief. And one that aspires to change the world through politics. And we can definitely use some do-gooders in that arena. Right? But those are just a sampling of the great folks that we will be sharing tonight. It's great to see so many amazing individuals putting their hearts and souls into our community and making a difference. Frederick has produced some great men and women who lead with their hearts, and it all comes down to recognizing need and being kind. The past few years and even current events have been a challenge, to say the least. It can be hard to keep a positive perspective when so much is in turmoil. Wars, health tragedies, job losses, elevated anxiety, confusion, inflation, hurricanes, the list goes on. But through it all, our nominees persevered and gave faith and hope and a whole lot of kindness to a whole lot of people. Evident of what's going on now with the devastation in North Carolina, Florida, and many regions and communities suffering in the aftermath of these storms. Please keep them all in your prayers and give or donate supplies where you can. Crazy times we're dealing with in the world. Life can be a roller coaster, but forcing our focus on the positive moments of life, whether it be volunteering for a cause, expanded families, or growth in a new business, can certainly keep our mental health in check. The DoGood-er Awards started through a personal journey with my son, so I like to share a note of progress each year. Dylan, our 2017 Second Chance DoGood-er recipient, in a few months will hit his decade, 10 years of continued sobriety. His business is thriving and he's become an excellent dad to my grandson Trevor. Seeing all the support he has received in our community makes my heart very happy, and I am extremely grateful for those blessings. All these great do-gooders we will share tonight are blessings as well. They have been nominated by their peers or local people in our community who have noticed their good deeds. So tonight, we will be honoring these individuals in 9 different categories and hearing about their inspiring work, generous acts of kindness, and how they are impacting lives and the community with which we live. There might be a little laughter and possibly a few tears, and because of that, there are packs of tissues on each table. I know you were wondering. You were wondering why, right? I wanted to share a couple of things that make this year special. Many people who know the history of the event know my sorority is Delta Gamma, and our motto is Do Good. This year, DG celebrates its 150th year, and earlier this year, I was honored to speak at the DG Founders Day celebration for Gettysburg College. I was asked due to the big ways we celebrate doing good in our community. And incidentally, this week is now the National Do Good Week, so you still have a few days left in the week to do some good. Hopefully you will be inspired to do just that when you leave here tonight. Maybe it's a donation to our charities, maybe you followed the advice on your program card, or maybe you are helping friends in need of hurricane supplies and relief. Whatever it is, I hope you do good. One of the amazing things we do each year is not only highlight do-gooders, but we also support 2 local charities. Last year, during our 8th event, we realized that in 8 years, we have given out $50,000 in donations to worthwhile organizations. We are pretty proud that our little event has been able to give monetary assistance from proceeds that come from all of you, our attendees and our sponsors. We couldn't do that without you, so we'd like to give thanks to all of you here tonight who continue to support our efforts through attendance, donations, or sponsorship. So I'd like to direct your attention to our cool neon sign. And in many places around you, this is the message to ingrain in your brains tonight and to pass along to others. Do good. In addition, there are a couple of things to share at your tables. There are cool wristbands to wear and share. I know Heather Quill wore hers in the White House recently when she was honored with the Maryland School Counselor of the Year Award and got asked about the event. Really cool. Pretty cool, right? These wristbands indicate a message we'd like you all to take with you beyond tonight's event. Okay, well, the slide isn't up there. By doing good, we do well. It is said from personal tragedy and life experiences, some of the best things come to life. The inspiration behind the DoGood-er Awards comes from a mother's love and my personal struggle of trying to find answers on how to turn my son's life of addiction around to a more positive, productive, and healthy lifestyle. Through research, it was discovered that doing good and putting the focus on others helps you get through crisis and chaos that sometimes can lead to depression, anxiety, and addiction. So in fact, doing good is actually good for our mental and physical health. Further, praise and recognition also contribute to the higher levels of self-esteem, life satisfaction, productivity, and an overall desire to continue doing good. These elements are seen among many of the good people right here in our Frederick community. They educate, empower, mentor, support, and share. Some have been doing good for decades, and others are just getting started. Since the inception of this event, some have expressed that sometimes people don't want to be recognized for the good things that they do. This is true. Most people don't set out to be recognized or desiring accolades, but something amazing happens when you do. They feel great about themselves and they want to continue doing good. Same goes for corporations or small businesses. Want more productivity? Recognize your people. We started a campaign a couple of years back. That's the slide. On reasons to do good and why recognition is so important. All of these graphics are part of our decor to stay on the tables. And so if you're wondering what this event is about and why we do this, there truly is a method to our mission. Here they are again. Maybe you're just getting one. It's a good one. Okay, well, they're on the tables. Just check them out. Oh my goodness. All right, so once again this year, we had our pre-party meet and greet with our nominees at the super cool Warehouse Cinemas. I shared an excerpt from a book written by one of my favorite motivational speakers, Simon Sinek, and it's important to share it again tonight with all of you. It is also in your program this year on page 8. As it turns out, humans come equipped with a built-in chemistry set that gives us incentives to protect not just ourselves, but also others. 4 primary neurochemicals, endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, all essential to normal, healthy brain functions, contribute to positive feelings of happiness, pride, joy, achievement, and fulfillment. And beyond just making us feel good when properly balanced, they ensure our long-term survival. You can train yourself to be more empathetic by paying attention to everyday gestures. Even small acts of kindness release a tiny shot of oxytocin. Feel-good oxytocin, that is. What's more, these little considerations for others have a building effect. The daily practice of putting the well-being of others first has a compounding and reciprocal effect in relationships, in friendships, in the way we treat our clients, our colleagues, and even strangers. And that, my friends, is proof that doing good is good for positive mental health. I get asked quite a bit how I came to start this event, and the reason is simple. Doing good and sharing kindness has been proven to change the brain, impact the heart, mind, and even the immune system. Doing good changes us and affects our mental health. It is an antidote to depression, improves your relationships, and has the power to contribute to lasting change in our societies and our communities. If we are to see change in our country or our world, it is in our local communities where it needs to start. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So tonight is all about doing good. The past 9 years we have held this event have been amazing and inspiring, and it has grown year after year. The gracious feedback we receive has been extremely positive for the event, and we hope to keep this trend going for years to come. Each year, when it comes time to start planning the event, our committee comes together to tackle the first objective, selecting the keynote speaker. A few years ago, one nominee stood out, not only for her accomplishments, but for her poise, her wit, humor, and presentation skills. I think she even admitted to having to go to the bathroom when she came up on stage. Authenticity goes a long way. And it just so happens she speaks in a lot of arenas, or she used to, with a dynamic personality that many rave about. I know I am super excited. We agreed that our 2022 All-Star DoGood-er Award recipient, Julie Gaber, would get that job. Julie was humbly honored to be chosen our keynote speaker, and she will no doubt share how the effects of doing good can change the lives of the people around us and our communities in profound ways. And fun fact, she coined the phrase do-gooderness that we stole and used to this. That was in our first year, too. Well known for her high-energy presentation style, Julie Gaber has been professionally speaking for the past 30 years. A master storyteller, Julie uses a unique blend of experience, inspiration, and theatrics to bring presentations to life. Julie's tenure as a corporate trainer emphasized improving workplace culture and employee engagement through dynamic leadership. Newly retired, Julie now spends her time creating and hosting curated lifestyle boutique events, for women, including retreats and international travel adventures, home and garden inspired events, health and well-being workshops, and book club discussions. She is the author of a 3-part humor book series, Must Love Shoes, and we do. And most recently, Most recently, co-author of Seasons at Meadow Branch Farm. With a long and active community service career, Julie founded Souls of Love 14 years ago. Souls of Love provides new shoes and winter boots for children in need in the Frederick and Washington County areas. This ultimately led to the addition of a companion event called First Bloom, providing opportunities for young girls to learn the importance of philanthropy at an early age. Julie has been recognized twice as one of Maryland's top 100 women and received the All-Star Do-Gooder Award in 2022. She lives in Myersville with her husband Dan and is a proud mom and new grandmother. We are honored to have her as our keynote speaker for the 9th annual Do-Gooder Awards event. So everyone please welcome our keynote speaker, Ms. Do-Gooderness, Julie.
So just so you know, if anyone needs to go to the restroom while I'm speaking, please do. You have my permission. So it used to be that when we called someone a do-gooder, it was not necessarily a compliment. A do-gooder had the perception of someone whose interest in other people was thought to either be intrusive, annoying, or perhaps unrealistic. So leave it to Caressa, her committee, and the entire Frederick community to give Do-Gooder the glow up that she well deserves. So tonight we are here to celebrate the work and the passions of 14 amazing members of our community. And they are all doing very big things. But I want you to think in terms of do-gooding not just being the big things, but rather, as Mother Teresa once said, doing small things with great love. And so I'm hoping that you will humor me for just a minute. We're going to do a little crowdsourcing here with an activity that I love to do called Stand If You. And so if you will take just a minute and push yourself back a little bit from the table, I am going to be reading a number of activities. And if it applies to you, or it's something that you have done before, what I'd like for you to do is to stand right at your seat, remain standing only for a couple of seconds so we can look around the room and see what it looks like, and then you can have a seat. And there are many, so some of you may go up and down and up and down, but consider this your after-dinner workout. I saw what you ate. So you're welcome. So here we go. First, stand if you have ever taken a meal or food to someone who was sick or who lost a loved one. If you've ever done that, please stand. Wow. Very good. Have a seat. If you have ever purchased a box of Girl Scout cookies, Joe Corby pizzas, or bought any number of other food or products, please stand. I think that might be everyone. In the meantime, people are looking around knowing who they can hit up next. Next one. If you were willing to admit that you would buy those Girl Scout cookies even if they weren't for the Girl Scouts, would you please stand? You catch my drift, right? That's called freezer talk, right? If you have ever allowed someone to merge into the lane, even though you know darn well they know that lane is going to end, would you please stand? Good for you, good for you. Funny. If you have ever held the door for someone, would you please stand? Very good. Have a seat. And I'm not going to ask how many of you, if they walk through and don't acknowledge you, say, "You're welcome." If you have ever sent a note or a text or written a note to someone just to say, "Hey, I'm thinking of you," would you please please stand. Very good. Have a seat. And the last one is, if you have ever seen a post on Facebook that you did not agree with, but rather than copy, you just scroll on down. Would you please stand? So I think by now you all know what I'm getting at. That doing good is not only about the big things, like the things that we're going to be hearing about from our honorees tonight, but it's also about doing the small things. And the small things happen every day, multiple times a day, because it can be found in the ordinary, in the detail, in the minutia of daily life. We have so many opportunities to do that. So tonight I would like to share with you 3 characteristics that I often see in do-gooders in this community and beyond. And these are people who do things in big ways and in small ways. The first one I call changing the vibration. Change the vibration. Back in 2020 during the pandemic, my older son was living in New York City. And when everything started to close down, he, a grown man, adult, decided that he needed to move back with my husband and I and stay for what we thought would be a couple of weeks. It ended up being a couple of months, and quite frankly, it was a wonderful experience. My husband very quickly was able to get his vaccination because he was considered high risk. But my son and I were very concerned about the fact that we did not, and we were worried about, kind of making him sick. So one day, we got a phone call from a friend of ours who works at the CVS pharmacy down the road. And she said to me, we just got back from giving vaccinations at the nursing homes, and we have quite a few left over. And my boss said, start calling people that you know and see if you're interested in a vaccination. And so we said, yes, we are. And so we get in the car and we head on down the road, and we arrive at the CVS in the pharmacy area, and the mood is very solemn, as you can imagine. Everyone's wearing masks. There's probably about 8 to 9 people standing there waiting at the time. Very quiet, very subdued, and some people are just on their, on their phones. No one's talking to each other. It's that kind of feeling. When all of a sudden, over the intercom system of the CVS, the theme song from Dirty Dancing comes on. Now, if you are a woman over the age of 20, you know that the theme song to Dirty Dancing is Time of My Life. Am I right, or what? Yes. Well, then all of a sudden, as this song began to play, a wonderful thing happened. My son, in a very surprising move, began to sing out loud, I have the time of my life, and unlike his mother, he sings on key. And it was very shocking because it's very uncharacteristic of him, and he was singing kind of loud. And I'm standing there thinking, oh my word, what is going on? But the song continues. Do you all know what's next?
Yeah.
And I never felt this way before. Okay, we'll work on that for the next time. But when he continued, there was some giggling going on behind the mask. And the next thing you know, guess what happened? Another woman started singing along. And here they are singing this duet with the perfect words as if they were on, on tour. And the whole dynamic starts to change. A couple minutes later, well into the song, another woman joins in. And I kid you not, as I am standing here, when we get to the point in the music, and if you remember the movie, it's at the end when Johnny leaps off the stage and he turns around and he does that move. This woman starts doing the move perfectly. I will never forget that as long as I live. It's been 4 years, and I still cannot believe that for the first time, I witnessed, what do you call that? When all of a sudden people
flash
mob. Yeah, a flash mob. And the whole point was, it was started because one person changed the vibration.
Yeah.
We can change the vibration in a mere moment. couple of years ago, my husband and I were heading down to our home in Williamsburg, and I do all the driving. And we got down there, and I got him settled, and I ran off to the food line to pick up some groceries. And, I was tired from driving, and I don't usually look exceptionally excited when I'm at the grocery store. And so I'm standing in line, waiting to be checked out, and the man who was the cashier in the line that I was in was an elderly man. And by elderly, I mean he was older than me. Okay? And when I got up to the line and he began to scan my items, he says to me, "Do you have your card?" And I said, "Oh, no, I don't. Can I just give you my phone number?" Just like that. And in a flash, he gives me this smile and he kind of winks and he says, "Well, yes, you can, because I'm going to need it so that I can call you to make sure you got home okay." That is what I'm talking about when I say change the vibration. Have the ability to turn a situation around by a mere comment, by a mere action, and we can do that in the boardroom, we can do that in the classroom, and everywhere in between, by the energy that we use, that we have when we walk into the room. You and I both have the ability to walk into a situation that is solemn or negative and turn it into something that is joyful or celebratory. We can go from negativity to positivity just by the energy and the commitment that we are going to change the vibration. What a powerful thing that is. So change the vibration is the first one that I want you to remember. The second thing, and Carissa alluded to it as well, is about kindness. The importance of showing kindness to other people, particularly people that we don't know. I had a really cool thing happen actually just this week on Monday. I hosted a bus trip to take a group of women and one brave man to Falling Water, which is one of the masterpieces of Frank Lloyd Wright. And we did a day trip. And we were, touring the facility, the home, and we had lunch and we're walking the grounds. And at some point, one of the women in my group came up to me and she was holding a key fob. And she said, "Someone in our group dropped this, so I thought it would be best if I gave it to you." And I said, "Oh, of course, of course." And I put it in my purse, thinking that when we were all back on the bus again, I would make sure that I knew who it belonged to. Well, I forgot. And so we get home, the bus drops us off in Frederick at 6:30, everybody says goodbye, we head on home. And later that evening, it's so much fun to look on social media as everybody is posting their pictures and talking about what a great experience it was. And then I see the post of one of the women in our group. And she said, "Oh, I got to check something off my bucket list. I've always wanted to go to Falling Water. But when I got back to Frederick and went to get in my car, I realized I did not have my keys." And I'm reading this going, "Oh my God," because they're in my purse. And then it continues, and it was the most heartwarming and heartfelt note. And she said, "As I'm standing at my car and people are getting in their cars and leaving," she said, "a woman that was on the trip that I had no contact with during the day, that I had not even spoken with during the day, came walking over to me and said, 'Is everything okay?' And I told her what happened." And as she tells this story on Facebook, she said this woman would not say no, would not take no for an answer. And she made me get in her car, she drove me home, she made sure I had a key, and she made sure that I got back to my car. What a beautiful testimony to the power of kindness, especially from strangers. As Carissa also said, I am now newly retired as a corporate trainer, and I spent a lot of my life facilitating retreats and also team building activities. And one of the things that I enjoy doing as a team building activity, I hope if any of you are in a position to do this with your team, that you will try this. But it's an exercise in kindness. And so what I would do is everybody would arrive that day, wherever we happened to be meeting, and I would start to break everybody down into small groups. It works best with maybe 5, never more than 6 people in a group. And I would hand each one of the groups $100. And I would explain to them that their assignment to work together, to communicate, to collaborate, is to spend that $100, and they're given an hour and a half to 2 hours, it depends on where they happen to be located, and they are to leave and to spend that $100 in as many ways as they want, doing good, being kind, spreading kindness and kind acts. And they're given the opportunity when they come back to also then share, they have to give a little presentation of how they spent their money and the impact that it had on them and their team. So some of the ideas over the years, and there have been so many, but one group came back and they said, we took 20 of our dollars and we ran into one of the bank branches and we got coins, and they went up and down the street and fed the meters for all these people. Isn't that cool? We had another group that took some of their money and found the local Goodwill, which is kind of doing double duty, and they said, we bought a bunch of blankets, and then we went to an area where there are people that we know don't have homes and could be cold, and we gave blankets out to all the people that we saw. We saw so many interesting ideas for creating and spreading kindness. One of the groups said, we went to the best pastry shop in town and we showed up at one of the fire stations and we said, thank you for your service. And it went on and on and on. And the presentations were so uplifting. Now, I will be honest with you. Almost every time when I would do that as a team building activity and I would explain the assignment, there were people that rolled their eyes. And they looked like, oh, good grief, I can't believe we have to do this. But let me tell you, each and every time when they came back, they were different. And it's as Caressa said, when we spread kindness, when we do kind things for others, we not only give, but we get in return. And time again, when we would do that activity, I could see that in play. Sometimes showing kindness, I asked earlier about how many of you have ever written notes. Sometimes it can be something as simple as writing a note to someone and just saying, hey, I don't know if I've told you lately how much I appreciate you. A few years ago, during the Lenten season, I decided to do a little challenge for myself, and I put it out on Facebook, and I invited any of my friends who wanted to do the same. And it was a 40-day letter writing, note writing thing. And so the challenge was for once a day, for 40 days, you were to think of someone in your life and write them a note. And the challenge was, don't write to your very best friends. Write to people who you don't necessarily talk to a lot or, say thank you a lot. And I created a page, a private page, and everyone was able to share what the experience was like for them. And once again, the comments that kept coming back over and over, it just felt good to write the note, they would say. And some people wrote about how they had written to someone they hadn't seen for ages, and they mended a relationship. And all of those things are the basis of doing good. I remember I wrote to a lot of my doctors, a lot of people that I get services of some kind from, and got thank you notes back for the thank you note. And they were so beautiful, I wanted to write them another note back, but someone has to stop this. But again, when I say sometimes when we spread, not sometimes, but always when we show kindness, it comes back to us tenfold. So we are changing the vibration, we are showing kindness, and the third thing that we often see in do-gooders is not so simple, but it's what I call channeling grief into glory. Channeling grief into glory. Life is hard, and if it is not hard for you now, it will be at some point, I promise you. We get diagnoses that just come out of the blue and knock us for a loop. We lose people that we have loved with our whole entire being. We have relationships that we think are going to last forever that end. We often hit rock bottom when we have addictions that consume us. And grief, I know, is a very personal thing. And we process what life gives us in very personal and very different ways. But when you look at some of the people in our community who are doing amazing, glorious work for our community, it began as a form of grief. Think about that. What I don't share with a lot of people, ironically, is that Souls of Love, my baby, happened during one of the saddest times in my life. Love for Lachlan, we know, began when the DeSantis family had unimaginable grief in their family. What would Stu do? Be like Bob. There are countless examples of people who have been able to take that grief and harness it into something truly glorious. And the way that that happens is because love shows up. Love always shows up. And we are seeing that, as Carissa said, we see that going on right now with what's happening down south. And I've seen interviews and I've been watching people who have been asked, what does it feel like to lose everything? And they are standing there surrounded by loss and devastation. And what they talk about are the volunteers who have showed up and how they feel when they see them coming. They talk about the truckloads filled with supplies and resources, and many of them we know are coming from Frederick. When we channel grief into glory for others, it is always because love showed up. And so I'd like to close today with one of my absolute favorite poems by a man named John Rodell. And he's a writer and a poet, and if you have not read his work, please follow him. But he writes this: whenever I feel helpless in this overwhelming world, I become a helper. Oh, my love, on the days when it feels like I have no power, I serve others. You see, whenever I wash the world's feet, my hands immediately stop shaking. It is time for us to meet our honorees. And I don't know about you, but I am so excited to hear how they have changed the vibration, how they have spread kindness, and how they have transformed grief into glory in their own personal way. So thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for supporting these amazing people.
Stems really from my upbringing. My parents always taught me to give back wherever I can, whether I had a lot to give or a little, and I've always really enjoyed seeing the impact that I can make, whether it's by just paying it forward with something.
The way that it feels, it just seems like the right thing to do. I like to see people happy, getting the things that they need, having their needs met.
That I believe in helping others, especially those that don't have a voice. And I believe that both my parents were a big part of the community. It was my father, he coached many of my teams for many years. And that's an inspiration to me. And I just want to do my best to help out wherever I can.
This is the same community that helped me enter recovery and get my life back on track 18 years ago. And so it is a complete honor and privilege to be able to give back to the same community that has given so much to me and my family.
To be motivated to do good in the community is a simple thing. Frederick is a community that really gives back. There's so many people. And it's great to be part of this larger team that supports, the nonprofits, but really the community overall.
Doing good has changed me in my life in many ways. I don't take things for granted. I realize that it's important to give back and to serve to others because nothing is guaranteed. Tomorrow is not going to be here for many of us, so why not leave a legacy and leave something behind?
I can't imagine not wanting to do good. I mean, you want to always be there for people and you want to go out of your way because you would want that from other people. And just like I tell my students, treat them the way you would want to be treated because it makes you feel good.
I just feel better when I get to help out other people, and when I see other people smile, it makes me feel happy.
There's a different level of fulfillment and purpose that comes from being in a position to do good. And as a person who took for so long and it was always, what could I do for myself? And I was always very selfish. I think with being given another opportunity in life, it really helped me to really gravitate towards wanting to do good and helping others. And through doing so, it's helped me to find a new and different and better version of myself.
One moment I've seen a positive result is definitely that sticks with me today would be through my residential manager who came in very broken, had no relationship with her adult children, had lost everything essentially. And when she called me, I said, okay, are you ready this time? And it was just tears. We get ready to celebrate 2 years of sobriety with her. She's never had 2 years of sobriety and she's 47 years old. And so she's back in her children's lives, she's in her grandchild's life, and she's turning around and working for Andrea's house and giving it back. And so it has been a complete full circle moment.
I remember a young lady was going through an interview, and we prepped for interviews, and she was wearing a turtleneck, and her turtleneck was up here, and she looked beautiful. She was in a professional suit. And after everything was over, and the program was over, and the scholarships were given out, I got a thank you note from her that said she'd never been able to stand up in front of adults and interview, and the reason she had her turtleneck on is because she had broken out in hives, and she suffered from social anxiety. And had I not been able to mentor her, she wouldn't have been able to do that interview. And I followed her throughout her life. Now she's grown, has a job. But that one instance of giving her the confidence to be able to do that means the world. I never would have known that if she didn't put it in a note to me.
I do make the rounds and try to pick up trash almost every day as we're walking our dog. And it makes me happy as we drive past, oh, good, those bottles are gone, the McDonald's containers are gone, and I feel great having done it. So it's not something that I think people necessarily need accolades for, but it certainly does make me feel good having done that sort of thing.
I would say to others, when you help other people, it kind of reflects how you are as a person, and it makes you feel better about yourself.
We all just kind of got to do our part to help out wherever we can, whether it's the little things or wherever, just to make the world a better place and the community.
Think about what you can do to help others and set the example, and by doing that, you're not doing it for personal gain, but you're doing it so others can benefit.
You have to sometimes address the needy issues in people. And it's one thing to say, if you do good, you're going to help the community. I would simply say, if you do good, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're really you're going to find that, as much as you give, you're going to feel even twice as good about yourself.
Most people that do good don't do it for what they return. That's not the purpose. It's just helping someone else have a better day.
There's probably some sort of pay it forward that happens within each of us as we do good. The next person that we've made feel good by benefiting from whatever we did, they're going to want to do it because they can see that this is a joyous feeling you get inside of you. So they'll do something good. And then the next person who's benefited from their having done good, they'll also want to do good. So this is really something that can become a chain and continuous, and certainly we need this in the world today.
Be the first person to do something, create something, and then just ask for help, because Frederick is surrounded by a lot of people that they're waiting to be a part of an organization. They're waiting to put their time out there and be role models as well. They just were looking for the opportunity.
Oh boy. Bear with me here a second. We had a little situation with this. I have to find my place. All right. How about that? Every year, the nominee interview video gets me excited and inspired. Many of our nominees can be described as givers who have tremendous heart and compassion for others, and hearts of kindness are what the world needs. This year brought us a fine group of nominees. Many of these individuals understand the importance of giving back and how impactful it is in our communities, and how it impacts their own lives. We are truly lucky to have so many wonderful people making a difference here in Frederick, and getting to highlight them year after year is truly a blessing to all of us. In fact, if you know of someone in our community that should be recognized, I want you to consider them for next year. It's our 10th year. Come on now. We want to make sure that all those doing good get highlighted and recognized for all they do. Just to let you know, tonight isn't necessarily about the awards. Just like Carol mentioned in the video, it's about a chain reaction or a contagious effort. It's about making the act of doing good a perpetual way of life, and it can be contagious. We hope you all continue to spread the contagion around your communities. It's a good contagion, right? Yeah. Tonight is more about giving all of us the ability to walk out of here this evening feeling inspired. Inspired to do better, inspired to do good. And this world needs more of that, don't you agree? Before we get started with the awards, I have a few things to take care of. First, wasn't Julie DoGood-er everything you imagined? Wow, yeah, she's my friend, I love her dearly, but we are truly lucky to have her fun, authentic nature, breadth of experience, and knowledge and do-gooderness in our Frederick community, not to mention her giving heart. Julie is retiring from Souls of Love, and proudly our Key City Rotary will be filling big shoes to carry on her legacy to provide shoes for children in need. Thank you so much, Julie, for all you have done to impact lives in our community. You are truly a gift. And speaking of gifts, as a token of appreciation, we'd like to present you with a bag or two of goodies. Please welcome Julie back to the stage. Here's your good goodie bag. Some of our awards tonight are sponsored by a local company or organization, and we give them the opportunity to present the awards to the recipients. We would like to acknowledge our award sponsors: Key 103, Conjo Studios, Berman, Sobin and Gross, TGP Gibbs, BMC Services, and Peterson's Carpet and Flooring. Thank you to each of you for your support and generosity. Tonight's event could not be possible without the many corporate sponsors who have supported us. We'd like to give all of them a huge thank you and round of applause. wowee. Woohoo! This one is a doozy. Once again, we branded our Do-Goody bags that each nominee will take home tonight, and it is crazy huge, and our biggest one yet. Inside are gift cards, offers, and goodies to take advantage of as a thank you for all of your good deeds, with a value of over $1,200. You will be eating, watching your car, looking good, drinking coffee, and entertaining yourself a lot in the near future, it seems. Special thanks to all the businesses who contributed. Wow. Our Do-Goody bag is such a hit that during 2020, when we were virtual, we decided to start giving one away as a door prize at the end of the ceremony. This year, the giveaway bag is valued over $1,600 because one of our committee members sweetened the prize by adding an additional $100 downtown credit card in honor of her son, Trey Starks. Trey was a bright young 21-year-old, the oldest of his mother's 5 boys. He struggled with addiction for years, and ultimately his life was lost by drowning while he was intoxicated. Since then, Kim gives back whenever she can and keeps her son alive through doing good, a true test to how doing good helps us to do well. Thank you to Kim, who couldn't be here tonight. She is actually on our committee as well, and she couldn't be here tonight, but thank you so much for that generous gift. But in order to win these goodies, you gotta stay with us to the end. And speaking of committee, the folks on the Do-Gooder committee, I love them all, they're so awesome. They are not just a committee, but they are more like a team. And let's talk about some teamwork. Why does it matter? Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, and working together is the success. The Do-Gooder Awards, this event is blessed with a really great team. Some have been here. Some have been here since the beginning, some off and on, some brand new. And in order to share everybody, we have to do multiple pictures.
That's awesome.
We never get them all together at the same time. It's crazy. So I'd like to thank the many committee members who contribute ideas, inspiration, time, and labor to put this event together. It cannot be done without any of you. I'd like each of them to come up on stage for a picture, then grab a bag, and to make it easy, they are all pink for breast cancer awareness. Cheryl Haynes, Michelle Rankin, Kim Trishman, Rebecca Sullivan, Melissa LeClaire, Dee Dee Fowler, Bill Iser, and Karen Binnicker. Please come forward, and Conrad Weaver and Kim Starks could not be here tonight. Sorry, bear with us. We have to use this next year. Billy, you get a bag too. I do have to single out Conrad Weaver of Conjo Studios. He is traveling and promoting his latest documentary films and his podcast, but he has continued to bring this event to life year after year. Each year he's done the production of the interviews, the inspiring video that you saw earlier, and the presentation you see above. And we are so grateful for his work. Additionally, Bill Iser of Weiser Productions handles our sound, lighting, and the flow of the presentation, and he definitely keeps me in check with all the gadgets and the script that I read. Plus our fun photo booth over there is a hit. If you haven't been over there, please go over and get some photos taken. Thank you so much, Billy, for your expertise, friendship, kindness, and do-gooderness. Big thanks as well to our photographer tonight, Byron Foreman, He is awesome. He's capturing the event for us and for all of you. If you need some photos taken, let him know. Kudos to Cheryl Haynes for handling decor and venue and catering coordinating and picking up do-goodie offers. Michelle Rankin for poster hanging, coordination of the awards, program and card making, and do-goodie bag stuffing, and more. Kim T for assisting with judging, pickups, and check-in tonight. Our wizard behind the curtain, Melissa LeClaire, will be handing off the awards this evening, and she helped with the do-goodie bag pickups as well. Dee Dee Fowler helped promote for nominations. Do-goodie bag sponsors and handles all of our social media promotions. Newbie, Karen Vinegar, helped with do-goodie bag sponsors and pickups, nominee identification badges, and more. And last but not least, Rebecca Sullivan of Sky Design, who puts together our beautiful graphic pieces, sometimes at the last minute and probably me being annoying, to allow Valley Graphics and Imagination Center to bring them to life. And she brought to life our vision with the Do Good recognition campaign that you sort of saw earlier. Beautiful job. Thank you all so much for all you do and the teamwork that you give. You are all true do-gooders. We'd also like to thank our wonderful judges. Their pictures have been up here for a while. We have a few of them here. Please stand at your seats to be recognized. Guy Fletcher, Dina Carroll, and Michelle Kaur are with us. And Tony Chiquita, yes. And Tony Chiquita, Russ Hodge, and Leanne DeWater couldn't be with us tonight. You nominees don't make their jobs very easy. A round of applause once again for all of our judges. Additionally, we are thrilled to have so many people here with us tonight to celebrate these wonderful nominees and the importance of doing good. Give yourselves a round of applause. We are grateful to all of you, and so are our beneficiaries. Proceeds from the event are going to Hartley House, providing victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and child abuse with safety, shelter, and supportive services, and Special Olympics of Frederick County that provides year-round sports training and athletic competition for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. But let's hear it from them.
We are an organization that provides supportive services to survivors of intimate partner violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and child abuse. And we also have a prevention arm where we're trying to eradicate all of those. We provide a myriad of services, including legal representation, a shelter, clinical services, case management, a hotline, and our abuse intervention program. COVID bumped our numbers up incredibly. In December of 23, we had 78% more clients than in 2019, and that's all COVID. Our clinical caseload now, I'm almost embarrassed to say it is 250, and about half of those are children. We are always looking for funding to hire more staff, and right now, we currently are out of space and are looking to build a building. We have the land and we're really excited about that. I want to thank everybody who's here. I definitely want to thank the DoGood-er Awards for selecting us. It's a real honor and a pleasure to be a member of this roster.
So the mission of Special Olympics is to provide year-round sports training and competition to individuals with intellectual disabilities. One of the biggest needs we have is facilities, specifically for basketball. It's probably the hardest facility to find because there's so many basketball programs for, in general, just youth to adult. Another big cost that we have is uniforms and equipment. We want our athletes to have the best equipment possible. And travel costs. Being able to provide food during those events and getting there. We have like NITs, National Invitational Tournaments, that happen annually for a couple of sports. So those transportation costs are really high. Those are really important because a lot of the folks that play with us have never experienced anything outside of the state of Maryland. Just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and supporting our cause. It's really appreciated, and people that participate really appreciate it. Just thank you.
Frederick County, Maryland to provide comprehensive services free of charge to survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, intimate partner violence, human trafficking, and child abuse. The mission of the Hartley House is to end domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and child abuse, and to provide victims with safety, shelter, and supportive services. Hartley House staff walk alongside survivors without judgment, offering support, education, and counseling through a trauma-informed lens. In addition to supportive services, Hartley House develops community awareness programs and prevention education in an effort to end domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and child abuse. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and as a survivor myself, it is a blessing to have them in Frederick County. Representative from Hartley House, Nikki Thrash, I believe is here, as well as others are with us tonight. Special Olympics is founded on the belief that people with intellectual disabilities can, with proper instruction and encouragement, learn, enjoy, and benefit from the participation in individual and team sports. The mission of Special Olympics is to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. This gives them continuing opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in a sharing of gifts, skills, and friendship with their families, other Special Olympics athletes, and the community. Special Olympics Frederick County's well-loved coach and 2023 nonprofit DoGood-er recipient, Megan Schaefer, is with us tonight. And looking mighty spiffy, I will add. Love it. She's in DoGood-er Awards colors. Love it. Your attendance this evening and contributions will benefit these two fine organizations. If anyone here this evening would like to extend a donation to help support these organizations, we now have an easy way to do that. Please note the sign and QR codes on your tables and up on the screen. The one in the program has an error in it, so please don't try to use that one. We'll fix that. The one in the program has an error, so use the signs at the table and scan the code and give what you can. And to extend the mission of doing good around town, we also have merchandise now. I have my trusty little thermos up here, and we have all kinds of other things. And they basically are just do good, not DoGood-er awards. So if you want to spread the mission or you feel that that's something you aspire to, take a look at the QR code and look at some of the stuff that we have for merch. Everybody in the public can buy it. Visit the site via the QR code also on the table and find yourselves a cute shirt, sweatshirt, bucket hat, tumbler, and more. With every purchase, you will help us help our beneficiaries with continued donations. Spread the message of do-gooderness everywhere you go. It's evident the world needs it. Round of applause for both of these worthwhile organizations. And we would also like to give a round of applause to our hosts tonight, the ARC of Frederick County. They serve developmentally disabled adults here, and your tables were set up and the meal was served and cleared by them this evening. Wasn't the meal amazing? I'd like to take a minute and recognize past nominees or award recipients. We have numerous folks with us tonight. Please stand at your seats. Once again, Heather Quill, Sean Nicholson, Megan Schaefer, Nicholas Walker, Heather Whitcomb, Stacy Allwine, Mike Mann, Gail Peterson, Officer First Class Maggie Lee, Sergeant Rebecca Corrado, Dee Dee Fowler, Joe Donegan, and of course, our keynote speaker, Julie Gaver. I also want to mention that Heather Quill is a past keynote speaker as well. Thank you all so much for coming back to the event and taking part in tonight's nominations as well as the presentation. I love it when they return again and again. It makes my heart so happy to see you guys here, so thank you so much. Now, if you open your programs, there's an index card with an act of kindness or a way of doing good. Did everybody find that? Yeah? All right, well, carrying out our theme, it is our hope that you will take these home and complete these acts of do-gooderness between now and the end of the year or the end of the week, because you know it is Do-Good Week. And when you do, if you can remember, please post on your Facebook page and tag Do-Gooder Awards with your results, a picture or whatever you like to represent its completion. We hope to carry the message of doing good way beyond tonight's event. I'd like to also direct your attention to page 7 of the program. Due to the fact that our message is about doing good and paying it forward, it is only fitting that we continue to add one of the giving keys to our program. This organization exists to transition folks out of homelessness. We can customize our keys with the message, do good, and each nominee will go home with one tonight. Feel free to wear it, embrace it, and pay it forward by passing it on as you see fit. If anyone else would like a Do Good key, we do have a small number of them for sale. Please send an email after the event to purchase one. All of our award recipients receive one of our beautiful awards. All of our award recipients will receive one of our beautiful awards and the book, The Healing Power of Doing Good, which reaffirms and explains that when we care for others, we care for ourselves. It is highlighted on page 7 how you can obtain a copy, and excerpts from it are on page 10 of your program. And a message for our nominees and everyone out there. We are of the mindset that you are all winners, all of you, in engaging in the unselfish acts of kindness, volunteerism, and do-gooderness you have displayed. However, in each category, there will be one award recipient. You each will go home with something that you can display proudly. We also have no rule in place that you cannot be nominated again. After the event tonight, nominees are asked to come directly to the stage with your awards and certificates and your do-goodie bags for group photographs or individual, and that will be with our photographer, Byron. And for the rest of you, an important note, I believe the bar will remain open until 9 p.m. Oh my goodness. Now on to the awards. We have 9 categories of awards tonight, and we are doing some things a little bit differently. We have 5 categories that are uncontested. For all categories, we will announce your names and you will stand at your seats as we acknowledge you. Then you may sit back down while we share info about each individual and your amazing works of do-gooderness. We will announce our award sponsor representative or award presenter to then present the awards that were chosen by our judges. Award recipient will then come to the stage to collect their award and give brief remarks, pose for a picture, and return to your seat. Certificate recipients can sit still, and we will have your bag brought to your table by one of our awesome committee members. Please note, the judges have the discretion to move individuals to different categories, so you may not know what category you're in. And they do this through the judging process. All of our nominees are phenomenal, so each of them will be going home with something tonight to display proudly. And once again, at the end of tonight's festivities, all nominees come to the stage with awards and bags for photos. Our first category for award tonight is our Youth Do-Gooder. This individual is the younger hero, under 18, who has provided acts of kindness, volunteer hours for numerous causes and groups within our community, or through innovation and invention, has served the people in the community. Their tireless efforts help these causes provide for others. They give back to their local community without compensation and help to improve lives. We have 3 nominees in this category. Miss Anya Corridon-Crum, Mr. Teddy Lackner, and Miss Alexis Mangini. Please stand to be recognized. Anya Corridon-Crum is a junior at Oakdale High School. She has been an exemplary volunteer, particularly through her involvement with Hearts of the Herd, where she works closely with special needs youth in the Equine Assisted Services Program in Frederick County. Her calm, gentle demeanor and strong work ethic allow her to connect meaningfully with the children she supports, enhancing their experiences and ensuring they feel seen and valued. In addition to her work with Hearts of the Herd, Anya has been a key participant in the Reading with Rory literacy events, engaging young learners through interactive activities designed to foster a love for reading. Whether coaching second and third graders through Luya, did I say that right? Luya? Okay, good. Palms, or lending her time to support the residents at Record Street Home, Anya consistently demonstrates compassion and dedication. Her tireless volunteer efforts, particularly in diverse roles like the week-long summer sessions, highlight her commitment to making a positive impact on the lives of others. One of her nominators, Tiffany Shaw, mentioned, Anya was always willing to assist with any task with the children or the horses, and participated in each activity with a positive attitude and encouragement to the children. Anya Corridon-Crum. Nominee Teddy Lackner has seen exceptional achievements both in and out of the classroom. Teddy, a senior at Urbana High School, exemplifies determination, resilience, and balance, maintaining a 4.0 GPA while excelling in both football and wrestling. His dedication to these sports, where he is lettered and thrived, is matched by his commitment to mentoring younger athletes. Through his volunteer work with youth football and wrestling programs, Teddy not only serves as a mentor and role model, but also leads drills, referees matches, and shares his knowledge to inspire the next generation of athletes. Beyond sports, Teddy is an active and valued member of his church community at Mountain View, where he participates in the youth group The Peak and serves as an usher. His commitment to his faith is evident in the way he helps others and builds connections within his church. Teddy's dedication to making a positive impact extends into civic engagement as well, where he has volunteered with political campaigns and tutors students who struggle with math, demonstrating his leadership, compassion, and drive to uplift those around him. One of Teddy's nominators writes, Teddy's resilience in the face of adversity after the loss of his mom, combined with his academic excellence, athletic accomplishments, and unwavering dedication to service, make him an extraordinary individual. Teddy Lackner. Nominee Alexis Mangine is currently a sophomore at Oakdale High School. Her remarkable dedication to community service and her profound impact on those around her don't go unnoticed. Alexis has been an invaluable volunteer with Hearts of the Herd, where she assists special needs youth in the Equine Assisted Services Program in Frederick County. Her calm, gentle demeanor and strong work ethic shine through as she takes on every task with enthusiasm, ensuring that the children she works with feel supported and engaged. Additionally, Alexis contributes to the Reading with Rory events, where she helps foster a love for literacy through interactive learning activities. Beyond her involvement with Hearts of the Herd, Alexis has extended her compassion and commitment to various community events. She is an active volunteer with Sophie and Madigan's Playground, the YMCA Kids Unlimited program, and numerous kickoff events where she plays a vital role in creating a positive environment for children and families. Her service doesn't stop there. Alexis also dedicates her time to Husky Helpers, Blessings in a Backpack, and Market Days, continually bringing positivity and making a difference in her community. Her leadership, kindness, and selflessness are an inspiration to all. Janet Bowden writes, Alexis works with all students, encouraging and celebrating successes. She has a tireless work ethic, and campers and staff were fortunate to work with such a dedicated volunteer. Alexis Manji. As with any category that is contested, the judges pour over the best decision. Where all of these young students excelled in many ways, they felt one stood out among the rest. The 2024 Youth Do-Gooder Award recipient goes to Teddy Lackner. Teddy could not be with us tonight. He sent me a message that his football team had injuries and they really needed him. He was actually going to miss his Urbana High School football game to come to the Do-Gooder Awards, but after the injuries, he said, I gotta be there for my team. He's like, I gotta be there. And I said, Teddy, that's where you need to be. So, he is putting his trust in his stepmom, Christiane, to do the honors of accepting. So please make your way to the stage. What an admirable young man.
Thank you so much. I am honored and beyond blessed to call Teddy my son, and so proud of him. So thank you.
He was sweet. He called me Mrs. Peterson. I am Mrs. Peterson now. That's great. Okay, so actually, and I was supposed to read a little bit more here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. This was a tough decision, and 3 bright young future leaders, but they felt Teddy's dedication in and out of the classroom and the resilience to keep serving in the face of adversity stood out to the judges. So congratulations once again to Teddy. Our next award is our Education Do-Gooder. This is an individual who works as an administrator, teacher, public or private, coach, secretary, school bus driver, school board, or speaker in the Frederick community who has impacted students or classrooms to improve education in our community. These are individuals who have gone above and beyond to move people forward in their lives by providing necessary skills and concepts to achieve greatness. We have 2 nominees in this category, Ms. Sonia Bowie and Ms. Ana Claire Ayub. Please stand to be recognized. Nominee Ana Claire Ayub is a devoted music teacher at Brunswick Elementary School. Her passion for music and education shines through in every aspect of her work, inspiring students to develop both a love for music and a sense of positivity. In addition to her daily classroom teaching, Mrs. Ayub leads a before and after school program where students are immersed in learning a variety of instruments, including mallets, the recorder, and the ukulele, while also guiding them in chorus. Her commitment to creating a well-rounded, joyful experience for her students extend to organizing concerts and running a social committee, fostering a strong sense of community among both students and teachers. Beyond the school day, Ana Claire continues to share her musical talents through evening lessons, teaching bassoon, I hope I'm saying these things right, bassoon, and piano to eager students. As a skilled bassoonist herself, she actively participates in multiple orchestras and volunteers her time for special events, including a Mother's Day concert. Her dedication to inclusivity, her tireless efforts in building musical skills, and her unwavering commitment to the well-being and growth of her students have had a profound impact that reaches far beyond the classroom. PTA President Nancy McGovern shares, as a parent, you always hope that your child will find their thing, but in elementary school, you just hope you can expose them to many things and surround them with people to encourage, nurture, and love your kids. Mrs. Ayub is that teacher. She is one of the teachers that your parent heart dreams of for your kid. Ana Claire Ayub. As the administrative assistant for the doctoral program in organizational leadership at Hood College, nominee Sonia Bowie plays a pivotal role in fostering academic excellence and leadership development. Her impact, however, extends far beyond her professional duties. For over 13 years, Sonia has been a dedicated mentor in both the Miss America competition and the Distinguished Young Women programs, empowering young women to grow as leaders, pursue their academic dreams through scholarships, and serve as role models within their communities. Through her mentorship, she inspires these young women to embrace volunteerism and make a lasting, positive difference in the lives of others. Sonia's passion for education and leadership is further exemplified through the Miss Maryland Sorority Scholarship Fund, which she established to provide financial support to compassionate and driven individuals pursuing higher education. Thanks to her tireless efforts, this fund has awarded thousands of dollars in scholarships, helping countless young women achieve their academic aspirations. Her leadership on the Hood College campus, particularly in organizing events for the Distinguished Young Women Scholars and assisting with nationwide college recruitment, continues to make a lasting impact. In addition to her mentoring and scholarship efforts, Sonia has worked diligently to raise awareness about the benefits of the DoGood-er Program. She has collaborated on promotional videos and advertisements and created practical workshops that equip young women with essential life skills, including interview etiquette, financial literacy, automotive care, and self-defense. Sonia is also committed to fostering strong social connections among participants, creating a supportive and empowering community for these young leaders. Her innovative nonprofit advisory board fair has successfully connected alumni from Hood's doctoral program with nonprofit organizations, providing valuable leadership opportunities and strengthening the ties between education and community service. Sonia's unwavering dedication to education, mentorship, and community building has created a legacy of excellence and empowerment, impacting the lives of many young women and ensuring their continued success. One of her nominators writes, "Sonia is not just a mentor, she is a catalyst for change. Her dedication to empowering youth and her tireless efforts to create opportunities for them make her an exceptional human." Sonia Bowie. And for purposes of presentation, please welcome to the stage our 2020 Education Award recipient, former keynote, and beloved school counselor at Lincoln Elementary, Ms. Heather Quill.
I walked into my first classroom at North Frederick Elementary School. I had 29 students. 11 children had IEPs, special education. 7 children had English as a second language. 4 children had both parents incarcerated 34 years ago. The issues that face us as educators have not changed. But the passion and education that we now have about the way that brains and bodies develop, the significance of relationship and community and healing not only children but their families is profound. So to be able to recognize these tremendous educators. But I'd also like to recognize the people that started that passion in me. Because you've probably heard the phrase that education is not the filling of a bucket, it's the lighting of a fire. Ann Martin was the secretary. Roger Rollins was the lead custodian. Betty Dorsey was our community liaison. Kyle Pritz, Howard Gilpin, Grayson Jackson, Carolyn Strum were our administrators. And they believed that love had to extend outside of our walls. And we had a quote that said, "Do all the good you can, in all the ways you can, in any time that you can, to show the world your love and compassion. So as we recognize these amazing educators and all of the other do-gooder educators out there, I want to give credit to those tremendous leaders in the Frederick community that started that fire in me 34 years ago. It is my honor to recognize both of these amazing educators, and the 2024 Educational Do-Gooder Award recipient goes to Sonia Bowie.
Okay, I'll make this fast, I promise. I'm incredibly honored and humbled to be here before you, and Anna Claire, congratulations to you as well. You're doing such wonderful things for youth, and I'm just proud of you and honored to be standing here today. And thank you for the selection committee for seeing my work as a mentor, as a bridge builder, and hopefully empowering young people to continue paying it forward. As an immigrant who came to America in pursuit of the American dream, who did not speak English, who felt like an outsider for the longest time, it's empowering to know that there are people out there that want to see you succeed, even through challenges and struggles. I will never forget the mentors who showed me that compassion and opened the doors for me along the way. Their belief in me gave me the courage to dream bigger, and that's the same belief I carry forward to inspire and uplift others. To help connect more people to do good in our community, I did start the nonprofit board fair at Hood College, and I invite all of you to come on Saturday, November 9th. It's free, and if there are any nonprofits out there that want to share your causes and seek more volunteers, please come see me, because we really need to encourage more people and connect people to do great things. I also want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to Nicole Orr. She was the one who introduced me to the Distinguished Young Women program, and I'm so grateful to be a part of that sisterhood, supporting girls to believe that they matter, they have a voice, they are expected to take up space and do great things in our communities. Thank you again for this honor, and I look forward to continuing this journey of service, creating opportunities for all to grow, thrive, and continue to pay it forward. Thank you.
Our next award tonight is the Public Service Do-Gooder. These are individuals serving our community in a public service position who go above and beyond through service, invention, and innovation, and impact the lives of others through other work. Public service jobs include elected officials, law enforcement, social services, fire and rescue, public transportation, postal service, or environmental work, or in some cases, filling needs not otherwise available. We have one nominee in this category. Please stand to be recognized, Officer First Class James Clark. James is a new dad. That's a meet the little one. So cute. As an officer with the Frederick Police Department, James Clark has made a profound impact on the Frederick community. As a key member of the School Resource Officer team, Officer Clark has excelled at building meaningful relationships with students, parents, and community members. His commitment to creating a safe, inclusive, and supportive environment has earned him the trust and admiration of those he serves. Through his leadership and dedication, Officer Clark has gone above and beyond his role to ensure that students feel valued and connected, contributing to a more positive school culture. One of Officer Clark's most notable achievements is securing a grant to install buddy benches at local schools, providing children with a special place to meet friends, engage in conversations, and prevent feelings of isolation. Additionally, Officer Clark introduced the Watch Dog, D-O-G, it's an acronym, Dads of Great Students is what it stands for. He introduced this program to Whittier Elementary School, bringing 12 fathers into schools to participate in security checks. This initiative has not only increased safety, but also encouraged greater parental involvement in school life, strengthening the bond between families and the educational community. Beyond his efforts in schools, Officer Clark serves as the lead advisor for Explorer Post number 153, a criminal justice youth group under Scouts of America, and Learning for Life. In this role, he imparts valuable knowledge, realistic experiences, and lessons to guide and inspire the next generation of leaders in law enforcement. Officer Clark also oversees the Speed Box program for the Frederick Police Department, so you're the one. Sorry. Which helps curb speeding and ensure pedestrian safety, which is more important. Yes, of course. His commitment to education extends through his involvement with the Links program at Frederick High School, where he builds relationships with members of the Boys and Girls Club and actively participates in fundraising efforts such as Fish with a Cop and the Special Olympics Maryland Polar Bear Plunge. Officer James Clark's unwavering dedication to safety, education, and community building has made a lasting impact on Frederick, and his efforts continue to inspire positive change throughout the community. One of his nominators, Officer Marjorie Lee, writes, "James is a shining example of what we hope our police officers embody. Through his selfless and enduring work, Frederick City is a much safer place for us all." Officer First Class James Clark. Sit still. Sit still. For purposes of presentation, please welcome to the stage from the law offices of Berman, Sobin, and Gross, Ms. Allison Bloom.
The Public Safety Do-Gooders Award recipient goes to Officer First Class James Clark. You are a champion and advocate for safety and inclusivity, and your leadership in fostering relationships between law enforcement, educators, and the students is remarkable. Congratulations and thank you for all that you do.
I want to clear a couple things up. My speed boxes don't take pictures of your cars and give you tickets. They just flash, so you slow down, okay? I have pictures of my daughter. If you want to see them, I'll show you pictures up here. I got them if you want. Short speech real quick. It's an incredible honor to be even nominated for this. Thank you for the people that did that. I know I speak for many of us when I say that we don't do any of this good stuff to get recognized like this, but it really does put wind in my sails to keep going. So. I have the privilege of working with so many dedicated public servants, any one of whom could be standing in my place right now. I want to take a moment real quick to thank a few people who have been instrumental in my journey. First, to my wife. Thank you for supporting me in this career and encouraging me to pursue my passions every single day. My supervisor, thank you for trusting me and giving me the freedom to grow and excel in my role as an SRO. To my incredible team, SRO, Officer Lee and Corporal Joseph and others who are always there to lend a hand and push me forward. Your support means everything. And finally, I want to thank my parents who are here. You taught me the importance of caring for others and working hard, values that I carry with every day. So thank you.
I just have to say, those do-goodie bags are a little bit heavy. I'm gonna have muscles. Next up is our military do-gooder category. This award is for an individual serving or who has served in a branch of military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Reserves, etc., who has gone above and beyond the call of duty to impact the lives of others within the community. These individuals can be active military or retired, and special consideration is given to civilians with tremendous service to the military community. We have one nominee in this category, Kevin Butler. Kevin, please stand to be recognized. Major Kevin Butler was nominated for his extraordinary dedication. Kevin, you can sit down. He was nominated for his extraordinary dedication to the community through his leadership and mentorship as commander of the Frederick Squadron Civil Air Patrol, a retired U.S. Army officer with over 20 years of active duty service. Kevin has seamlessly transitioned his commitment to service into a voluntary role where he continues to shape and inspire the next generation of leaders. In his position, he leads over 50 young people, ages 12 to 20, providing them with invaluable lessons in aerospace, rocketry, emergency services, character development, and physical training. His leadership goes far beyond instruction. He plays an active role in the cadets' lives, fostering their growth and confidence through hands-on training and real-world experiences. Major Butler dedicates countless weekends to mentoring cadets during encampments, overseeing community service projects, and guiding them through leadership development. His influence can be seen in a variety of community events, such as his work supporting the Frederick Festival of Flight, where he helps ensure its success, and his leadership in the annual Wreaths Across America event at Arlington Cemetery, where he offers encouragement and guidance to participants in honoring those who served. Kevin's impact as a volunteer staff member at the Tri-Wing encampment at Camp Frederick demonstrates his continued commitment to fostering teamwork, discipline, and respect in young cadets. Under Major Butler's leadership, the Frederick Squadron has seen tremendous growth. Through his efforts in rebuilding and recruitment, membership has more than doubled, elevating the group to over 100 active members. His dedication to building leaders and his tireless volunteerism have made a lasting impact on both the Civil Air Patrol and the greater Frederick community, ensuring that his legacy of service and mentorship will continue to inspire for years to come. One of his nominators, Captain Avi Stein, writes, "The Civil Air Patrol's mission is volunteers serving America's communities, saving lives and shaping futures. Major Butler's leadership in the squadron exemplifies this mission." Major Kevin Butler. For purposes of presentation, please welcome to the stage last year's Military Do-Gooder recipient, Mr. Nicholas Walker.
How are kindness, for calling for veterans in my military service. I don't speak much, so the 2024 Military Do-Gooders Award recipient goes to Major Kevin Butler. Please make your way up to the stage, Major. And the mentorship of young people to be good citizens are unmatched. Congratulations, Major.
So it's certainly an honor. Nick is a member of the Legion Post 96 that's in Brunswick, and he realized he recognized me. That's good. He's actually putting together a support package for the hurricane relief, and he's trusting around the Frederick area to do drop-offs. So if you find it your time to do so, please donate. Definitely a worthy cause. I know I want to keep this brief. I was given the instructions to keep this brief. So for Carissa, thank you for doing this. It's definitely for a greater good, and your, I guess, overall influence of impacting lives and shaping futures goes far beyond what you could ever be aware of. And for those of you that are in the audience, I'm truly honored to be here with you. You're such a wonderful group of people, and thank you for everything you do for humanity. Thank you.
I just want to say, Nick, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here with us to present the award, because I know that you're on your way to go and help hurricane victims, so thank you so much. Our next award is the Business Do-Gooder Award. This individual is one who has made an impact on the success of a Frederick business or used his or her business for good in the community through service, invention, or innovation. These people go above and beyond their given job descriptions to impact the lives of others and the sustainability of business and service in the Frederick community. We have only one nominee in this category, Steve Hine, and unfortunately he could not be with us tonight, but let's give him a round of applause. Business nominee Steve Hine is the president and CEO of Woodsboro Bank and is known for his exceptional leadership, dedication, and profound contributions to the community. With over 40 years of experience in the banking industry and 7 years at the helm of Woodsboro Bank, Steve has consistently upheld the core values of service and community involvement. Under his leadership, Woodsboro Bank has become not only a trusted financial institution, but also a pillar of community support, making a positive impact both as an organization and through Steve's personal efforts. His commitment to giving back is unwavering, and his influence extends well beyond banking. Steve's leadership and dedication to service are exemplified through his extensive involvement in various organizations. He has served on the Maryland Bankers Association board and is the incoming chair of the Chamber of Commerce, demonstrating his commitment to fostering economic growth and supporting local businesses. As a past president of the Rotary Club of Carroll Creek and the former chair of the YMCA board, Steve has been instrumental in driving positive change and community engagement. His leadership in these roles, along with his service as a former coach and board member of the Stars Women's Lacrosse Club and the Maryland Science Center in Baltimore, showcases his diverse contributions to both youth development and educational initiatives. In addition to his professional and civic roles, Steve is actively involved in his faith community, serving as a corporator at St. Catherine Drexel Catholic Church. As a graduate of Leadership Frederick County, Steve was recognized for his outstanding service and was named the Leadership Frederick County Impact Leader of the Year in 2023. His tireless dedication to mentoring others, his commitment to fostering community growth, and his legacy of service make Steve Hine a remarkable leader who has made a lasting impact on Frederick and beyond. A nominator shares his genuine care and involvement in Frederick County showcases his passion for making a difference. Steve Hine. For purposes of presenting the award, I'd like to introduce, well, we're not going to present the award, I guess, but we can have, actually we'll have Shalane, or one of you come out, either one. For purposes of presenting the award, I'd like to introduce from our award sponsor, BMC Services, Ms. Jennifer Williamson.
So thank you to Pressa. It's just an honor to be able to present this business award. I think, sometimes when we look at these other categories, it's really obvious to be able to see that, someone who's in a nonprofit or someone who's in a charitable organization or who is a member of the military, that they obviously have a contribution into the community. And sometimes we look at business leaders and we think, oh, maybe like a little piece of what they do might contribute to the community. And as a small business owner who views my business as a ministry to our employees first, and to our clients second, and to the community at large, I'm honored to be able to present an award on behalf of Steve for someone who obviously views his business the same way. That what he is doing, that God has given him talents and acumen to be able to build something that can not just, honor himself and provide for his family, but can actually give back to the community. That's something beautiful. And so the 2024 Business Do-Gooder Award recipient, obviously, goes to Steve Hine. His commitment to the Frederick community and leading by example are appreciated. So.
Thank you very much for the honor of winning the Do-Gooder Business Award. It is really a reflection, in my mind, of my colleagues at Woodsboro Bank as we work together to do so much for this community. My efforts are really nothing more than a reflection of theirs. At the end of the day, I've been in this community 24 years, and I've always believed that the business community really is the bedrock of our community's health. And so as a community banker, and certainly in my role in other not-for-profits in the community, I've always strived to ensure that we have a healthy business community. It's that simple. But I am truly honored with this recognition, and I'm very sorry I can't be there tonight. I previously had plans to be out of town that I could not change. But again, thank you so very much for this honor. I am truly grateful.
Shalane Twitty from Woodsboro Bank, everyone.
So I've had the honor to know Steve as a man, as a father, as a colleague, as a boss, as a leader for more than 15 years. And I'm really glad that he has this award. And I know that he's humbled and honored to get it knowing who he is. And Julie, it's so funny, he's a busy man, right? He's got a lot of things going on. And just October 3rd, he sent me a message. It was 7 o'clock at night. It said, "So great to see you. I want to hear all about Scotland. Thanks for asking about my knee and have a great Friday." Just out of the blue. And that's the kind of man he is. And so thank you so much for thinking about him. I know he's honored, and he's definitely deserving of this.
award is one our judges added after the first year. The unsung hero do-gooder is an individual who works behind the scenes, mostly out of the limelight, for a nonprofit organization providing tremendous support or provides an impact to individuals in the community. Sometimes put in the roles as treasurer, secretary, or the like, they keep things rolling despite deadlines, setbacks, and unforeseen circumstances. All these individuals can be seen as good Samaritans, lending a hand, helping hand when needed. There are 2 nominees in this category, Trish Bowers and Carol Sapienza. They're both present tonight. Ladies, please stand at your seats and be recognized. Trying to pronounce these names is really a challenge. I try. Trish Bowers is a bereavement counselor with Frederick Health Hospice. Through her compassionate work, Trish has become a guiding light for individuals in the community as they navigate the difficult journey with grief. With her experience, or expertise, and heartfelt approach, she provides both individual and group counseling, helping grieving individuals express their emotions, find validation, and ultimately begin to heal. Trish's dedication to her work goes beyond traditional counseling. She is deeply invested in fostering a sense of connection and community among those she supports, creating spaces where healing can take place. One of Trish's most impactful initiatives is the creation of social events for her spousal and partner loss support group. These gatherings, including holiday potlucks, coffee mornings, game nights, and volunteer opportunities, offer grieving individuals a chance to connect with others who understand their path. Beyond providing comfort and support, Trish has helped transform these events into opportunities for participants to give back, such as support for organizations like Blessings in a Backpack. Her leadership in organizing these activities fosters meaningful relationships, allowing participants to feel supported and empowered to do good in the community. Trish also works with children and teens through Camp Jamie, where she leads therapeutic art inventions to help young people process their grief in creative and healing ways. She leads her support groups in creating holiday cards for residents and local care facilities, encouraging them to focus on giving back as part of their healing journey. Whether she is decorating support group rooms to create a warm and welcoming environment or providing much needed emotional support, Trish Bowers has made an incredible impact on the lives of countless individuals and continues to be a beacon of hope and healing for those in need. Carlos Graverin shares, she makes a difference every single day during what is arguably the hardest time in someone's life. I can't begin to count how many lives in this community she changes with her compassion and warmth. Trish Bowers. Nominee Carol Sapienza is a retired, that's the way she told me how to say her name when I first met her, so it's just stuck with me now. So. Carol is a retired and beloved resident of Brunswick Crossing community located in Brunswick, Maryland. Her contributions to the community and her remarkable spirit of giving have been noticed by her peers and her neighbors. Known for her extraordinary talents as a knitter, a sewer, and a baker of delectable cookies and sweets, Carol brings joy and connection to her neighbors through her creative skills. She organizes 2 highly anticipated annual craft fairs, one around the holidays and another for Mother's Day, which showcase the diverse talents of community members. These events not only foster creativity, but also provide an opportunity for neighbors to gather, socialize, and support one another. Carol's dedication to her community extends beyond the craft fairs. She is known for walking the city streets of Brunswick, often with manicured nails and adorned in jewelry, picking up trash to ensure her town remains clean and welcoming. I love her. Her commitment to making things better for others, no matter the task, exemplifies her selflessness and the pride she takes in her community. Through her acts of service and her role in bringing people together, Carol has made a lasting positive impact on Brunswick Crossing. A nominator shares, Carol does all she can to make our world and our community a better place. She is a true do-gooder. Carol Sapienza. For purposes of presentation, I'd like to bring to the stage our 2020 Unsung Hero Do-Gooder recipient, Ms. Heather Whitcomb.
Good evening. I think Unsung Hero kind of speaks for itself, and I was one of those in that category years ago as the executive director of Phoenix Foundation of Maryland, which operates Maryland's only recovery high school in our community. And coming from being a former Frederick County Public Schools teacher, you just did the right thing because it was the right thing to do, and that's how you were taught. And I think a lot of us in the room do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So continue doing good. The 2024 Unsung Hero Do-Gooder Award recipient goes to Trish Bauer. We really appreciate all of you being out here tonight and doing good in our community. And as an organization for Phoenix Recovery Academy, we will continue to do good as well. The judge feels the enormous contributions, creativity, and special care you take into walking alongside someone dealing with grief are remarkable. Congratulations, Trish.
I don't have anything prepared because honestly, I didn't really believe this was happening to me. I told Caressa that when I got the email, I thought it was a phishing email.
For a teacher, a former teacher, to say a few words, but thank you all of you who had a part in this nomination. First of all, my daughter. Isn't that wonderful that your daughter would nominate you? Thank you, Megan. And all of those who wrote those beautiful letters, thank you all so much. I don't feel deserving of all those kind words. And my Simon, don't you love Simon? And that's why it helps me to do good. I was a special ed teacher for 38 years, and it was a blessing. My students and their families were a blessing. And it's so nice to have an opportunity to do good and help them as they grow and expand in their lives. So that's been my purpose in life, and my passion is to work with those who are intellectually disabled. And they have indeed been a blessing, and they do good for me every day. So thank you all. You're all do-gooders today, because you came out to support everyone. So thank you very much.
She's so sweet. Our final category of the night, the All-Star Do-Gooder. The All-Star Do-Gooder is an individual who has provided countless volunteer hours for any number of causes and groups within our community, and whose tireless efforts help these organizations provide for others. They give back to their local community without compensation and help to improve lives. We have two nominees in this category. Both ladies, Nicole Orr and Carlia Summers, are with us tonight. Ladies, please stand to be recognized. Nicole Orr, a dedicated community leader and owner of Nicole's Makeup for Good, makes it a part of her business to empower others and give back to the community. Through her work in the beauty industry, Nicole has connected with countless women helping them feel confident and beautiful, not just through cosmetics, but by promoting a positive attitude and self-worth. Oh my goodness. Her passion for uplifting others extends far beyond her business. Nicole donates the proceeds she earns to support the Distinguished Young Women Program, where she serves as the co-chair. Through this role, she has impacted the lives of hundreds of young women by helping build their confidence and providing scholarship opportunities for their future success. In addition to her work with the Distinguished Young Women, Nicole is a dedicated board member of the Community Foundation, where she helps secure funds and educational opportunities for deserving students in the region. Her leadership and commitment to philanthropy have played a vital role in opening doors for students who may not otherwise have access to these resources. Nicole's community involvement is further exemplified by her 17 years of volunteer service with Frederick Health Hospice, where she has provided direct patient care, offering compassion and support during some of life's most vulnerable moments, all while dealing with her own challenges of a rare chronic disease. But she does it all with resilience and positivity. Nicole Orr's dedication to empowering others, her philanthropic spirit, and her tireless efforts to serve the community have made a profound and lasting impact. Whether she is helping women look and feel their best, supporting young women's futures, or offering comfort to those in need, Nicole's contributions reflect her deep commitment to making a difference in the lives of others. One of her nominators shares Nicole's ability to remain a source of sunshine, even while facing her own battles, is nothing short of miraculous and speaks volumes about her character. Nicole Orr. Nominee Carlia Summers is also a dedicated leader, mentor, and advocate for women, children, and families in the community. This lady is celebrating 18 years of continued sobriety and paying it forward in all she does. As the CEO and founder of Andrea's House, Transitional Living for Women and Children, Carlia has been a beacon of hope for those recovering from substance abuse disorders. Through her unwavering commitment and personal experience, she has provided support and guidance to over 80 families, helping them remain united through their recovery process. Her work has created a nurturing environment for women and children to rebuild their lives with dignity, care, and compassion. She and her husband have exciting plans to expand Andrea's House to serve more people with more services in the near future. Her aspirations are amazing. In addition to her role at Andrea's House, Carlia serves as the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity in Washington County, where she secures safe and affordable housing for individuals and families in need. Her dedication to improving the lives of others extends to her active involvement with Rotary International, where she has earned recognition as a Paul Harris Fellow for her exceptional service to the community. Carlia's commitment to public service is further reflected in her run for the Maryland State Senate and her candidacy for Brunswick City Council, where she advocated for increased support for substance abuse and mental health services. Carlia's dedication to serving others goes beyond her professional roles, too. As an active member of Collective Church, she consistently volunteers her time in weekly groups, offering support and guidance to those in need. Her mentorship of individuals struggling with addiction and trauma is marked by empathy and compassion, reflecting her deep understanding of the challenges they face. Through her many roles in the community, Carlia Summers has touched countless lives, providing hope, stability, and the tools for a brighter future. One of her nominators writes, "Her drive to impact and make change in the lives of others never ceases to amaze and inspire me. Carlia's why behind everything she does is to do good. That's why this award is perfect for her." Carlia Summers. For purposes of presentation, I'd like to welcome from our award sponsor, Key 103 Radio, Mr. Fred Manning.
Thank you, Carissa. Key 103, 106.9 Eagle, and Manning Media have been very proud to be a sponsor and a supporter of this event for the entire 9 years we've had this. And I don't want to give out the last award until we give a round of applause to the person who's put her heart and soul into this for 9 years and who's the founder of this award and this program, and that's Caressa. So, the 2024 All-Star Do-Gooder Award recipient tonight goes to Carlia Summers. This is always a tough category for the judges. We felt that both of you are exceptional community advocates and should be commended for your outstanding work, especially for women. But Carlia's creation of Andrea's House nonprofit and supporting those in recovery stood out. Congratulations on your exceptional work in the community and keep doing good. Carlia, thank you.
Wow. No speech. I never prepare speeches. I like to speak from the heart. First and foremost, I have to thank Jesus Christ. Whew. My Lord and Savior. It's been a rough year, but I am so humbled and honored by this award. So humbled and honored. Thank you so much to everybody in this room because you're here, you care about doing good, and I appreciate you. To all the other awardees, congratulations and thank you. Please don't stop doing the work you're doing. Last but not least, my collective church family, my Andrea's House board members that are here tonight, my parents and my husband who sacrificed so that I can do this work in the community. I love you. Thank you.
That concludes our awards for this evening. Each of the nominees we've shared tonight are all winners in the Frederick community. And going forward, we will be contacting each award winner to supply us with the charity of choice, and our committee will then decide upon 2 beneficiaries for next year's event. That's how we do it, folks. We would like for all of you to think about those individuals around you serving others, doing good, making a difference, and who deserve recognition next year. Please send an email to dogoodawards@gmail.com with your suggestions for our 10-year event. We'd also like to remind our nominees and award recipients to bring your do-goodie bags and your awards and certificates to the stage and stick around for the photographs. Thank you so much for attending the 9th Annual Do-Gooder Awards. Certificates, awards, and bags. We ran over tonight.
So much more crew. Yeah, I was here with my work crew, but Alright, well, we'll see you Monday, right? I'm gonna try to get back. It's been a rough summer, so you guys know. You'll get it over there, so. I think we're at the firehouse. Oh yeah? Yeah. Instead of the barbecue, instead of whatever it's called.
I didn't think it was real. But honestly, it's an honor for me to be in a room full of do-gooders, whether you've been recognized by coming up on the stage or have yet to be recognized, or you're just out there. It's an honor to be among all of you. I do just want to mention that there are 4 ladies that wanted to come. but they are a part of my social group and they've become friends and they're actually traveling in England right now. So I think that's pretty cool that the reason why they can't be here is part of the reason why I am here. So thank you.
You're special, you get 2 pictures. Up next is the category of Second Chance Do-Gooder. This category is special to my heart, was added to the awards to recognize those who are taking their second chances seriously by doing good. The Second Chance Do-Gooder is an individual who has been given a second chance for a better life from arrest, incarceration, illness, accident, and through recovery has truly given back to their community through exhibited behavior, good deeds, creating a cause, or volunteer efforts. This category is uncontested, and our only nominee is Ms. Jessica Nicholson. Jessica, please stand to be recognized. Okay, you can sit back now. Second Chance nominee, Jessica Nicholson, is a dedicated advocate for recovery and mental health. As the Director of Peer Support Services and Community Engagement at Serenity Treatment Center, Jessica plays a pivotal role in guiding individuals through their recovery journeys. With over 9 years of experience as a certified peer recovery specialist and registered peer supervisor, she brings a wealth of knowledge and compassion to her work, helping countless individuals reclaim their lives from substance abuse. Why she's so great at this work is because Jessica herself has walked this path and is getting ready to celebrate 10 years in recovery. Jessica's impact goes beyond her professional role. As the Advisory Council Chair for the Phoenix Foundation of Maryland, she actively engages in substance abuse education, speaking in schools to raise awareness about the dangers of addiction. Her involvement in the Phoenix Recovery Academy, Maryland's only recovery high school, demonstrates her commitment to youth struggling with sobriety. Jessica facilitates adolescent peer groups and offers invaluable support to families, helping them navigate the challenges of addiction and recovery. Her leadership in the Speak Up, Save a Life program within Frederick County Public Schools educates students on opioid overdose prevention, further exemplifying her dedication to saving lives. Jessica's influence extended to the wider community through her participation in the award-winning documentary film, Heroin's Grip, done by our very own Conrad Weaver, which sheds a light on the devastating impact of heroin addiction right here in our Frederick community. She continues to live as a healthy example for all those she mentors, coaches, and educates, inspiring hope and resilience in the face of adversity. Through her tireless work, Jessica Nicholson has become a powerful force for change, uplifting individuals and families and making a lasting impact on the community. One of her nominators, Heather Whitcomb, who we just heard from, wrote, "Our community appreciates her more than she will ever know. Jessica has used her lived experience to show others that living a successful, sober life is possible. She shows our youth that living sober provides a great opportunity to help others who may be struggling." Jessica Nicholson. For purposes of presentation and on behalf of Conjo Studios, since Conrad could not be here, please welcome to the stage 2019 All-Star Do-Gooder recipient and Jessica's husband, Mr. Sean Nicholson.
What year was it? 2019? Yeah, I am going to get to her. I just in 2019 when I had the opportunity to win, Jess wasn't able to be here for the event, and many of my friends and supporters, Heather and other people that had worked with me, were here. So I was very nervous. This is 5 years ago, and I had it all mapped out. I had it all, my father was here and other people. So Jess, like in the midst of all of this, actually surprised me and came. And was very pregnant at the time with our now 4.5-year-old daughter. And so when I came up here and I won the award and said whatever I said absolutely nothing about my wife. Like, she's the biggest, pregnantest person in the room, and I missed it. Because I was geared in, a direction of what I was going to say, and then of course she popped up. So I got to redeem myself a little bit, and I'll be as quick as possible. But I myself have had multiple chances in life, or second chance in life, that has really brought me and my wife together through that, those chances that life provides and that recovery provides. And when I think about Jess and the remarkable, consistent, intentional, deliberate work that she does on a constant basis, that I often have to pull her down from, because she is so invested and passionate about, especially adolescents. When I think about the word second chance, there are, maybe hundreds of people who now have had a second chance due to the work that she has been directly involved in, or the family that she worked with to help get their kids stabilized. And really, there was several tables full of students and graduates from Phoenix Recovery Academy, where Jess was the director of community relations and still is a big part of. But they all have real jobs now, and they all are not on probation anymore, and they have their own apartments and their own cars and shit. And Xavier, most of them had to leave, because they got to get up at 4 a.m. So she's telling me to stop talking, but I very much love you, Jessica, and I'm honored to be able to present you this award. You're very deserving of this and much more in life. The 2024 Second Chance Do-Gooder Award recipient goes to Jessica Nicholson. Jess, please make your way to the stage. You have been given a second chance to make a difference with your life and the lives of others. The work you have done is making an impact. Keep turning your pain into purpose and your passion. Congratulations, Jessica, for all you have accomplished. And I'll give you the award. Hey, don't forget to say something nice about me.
When you were talking, I was like, I was there. Did you forget I was there? And then you also forgot to mention that part? No, I am extremely blessed and privileged and grateful to have this award. I've come to this year after year, for other people, and never really expected to be up here myself. And there was something, I think, when I got sober this last time, because I am not a person who got it one time and that was it. That was not my story. It's not for a lot of us. I'm very fortunate to be able to be here and receive this award, because the odds are stacked against us. I'm trying not to. You know, but there was something I found when I got sober this last time, that even being, when I was still in treatment, you know, just being able to show up for the people, like the new people walking through the door, that it was their first day in treatment, you know, and just being able to be there, show up and encourage them, like that feeling, like something small like that gave me such a sense of purpose. And I had no direction in my life, no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up, basically. But I found this whole other level of purpose and fulfillment. And like, there's no greater feeling, no greater high, honestly, than helping people. And that's where I decided at that point in time, like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. And you know, through doing the work in the schools and you know, working in the field, and I found this passion for working with kids. I was going in schools in Montgomery County at the time, and these kids would come up to me afterwards and share their stories with me. And you know, I was like, these are my people. Like, the kids are my people. Because all of my struggles started when I was 14 years old. You know, my life blew up at that age. I didn't know who was a safe space. I didn't know who I could talk to, who I could go to. I have a very loving family, but you know, like, mom's mom, right? Like, it's different. You're supposed to love me. And I challenged that very much so with my family. You know, both my parents are here tonight. I was not an easy kid by any means. I put them through the ringer. I knew Dad was going to cry, and Dad was going to make me cry. You know, and but they never gave up on me. And I'm beyond grateful for that, and that's why I try to do that for people today. I believe as long as there's air in your lung, there's always hope. You know, and another opportunity to get this thing. And, you know, working with the kids is such a privilege, you know, watching them get this and turn their lives around, you know, and we talk about the ripple effect, you know, watching them, some of them now get into the field and helping other people, you know, has been such a beautiful thing. And to know you get to play a small part in their process is what this is all about, you know, and to see them thrive and go on, you know, and I guess I'll give my husband a shout out. Because he's right, I do get very invested, and I do get very involved, and you know, a lot of the kids, you know, I take them on. I always joke with people. I'm like, oh, this is my, they're like my other children, you know. But I also want to say my daughter Sophie's here as well. Don't want to forget you, Soph. I can't forget you. You know, and her and I have been through the ringer as well. And you know, and that in itself too, to have another chance to be, you know, that mom to show up for my daughter and, you know, our little one as well now too. And you know, I'm gonna shut up because I'm talking much like my husband. You can see how we got together. You know, but I'm extremely grateful, and again, blessed, and thank you so much again.
Okay, as promised, we have a giveaway to do before our last two awards, so please stick around. First, I'd like to thank once again all the local and regional companies who have contributed to the Do Goodie Bag content. This year was huge, and it has grown each year, and this year over 40 companies participating. Wowza. Big thanks to Plumond and Roy Rogers, Tree Trekkers, Warehouse Cinemas, The Giving Keys, Cheryl Haynes, Frederick Shell Car Wash, K103, Noodles and Company, Adventure Park USA, Dublin Roasters, Il Forno Pizzeria, Epic Detailing, Avon's, Pamela Gore's, Frederick Window Tinting, Peterson's Carpet and Flooring, Lucky Corner, Orchid Oasis Day Spa, Colonial Jewelers, Prospect Pantry, Monocacy Hospitality, Cafe Bueno, Cugino Forno, Nelson Coleman Jewelry, Alazzo Med Spa, NAD Wellness, Dope Pizza, Ellen Byrne Art, Fox Tree Designs, Frederick Floral Bar, Fresh Squeeze Lemonade, JoJo's Restaurant and Tap House, Pumpernickel and Rye, Rack Brewing, Soy Candle Company, Whistle Stop Smokehouse, Shore Smoke Seasoning, Summers Farm, Vintage Restaurant, WLR Automotive, and Avery's Maryland Grill. And a big thanks to Kim Starks from Mortgage Right for sweeping the bag with an extra $100 downtown Frederick gift card. Last year, our bag was worth over $1,000. This bag, right here, has over $1,600 worth of goods and services inside of it, and some lucky person is going to take it home, and we might need to find you an escort. All right, so everybody has your ticket in here? Okay. I'd like to have one of our judges, Ms. Dina Carroll from the morning show on Q103 to come up on stage and draw the ticket to the lucky winner. All right, I'm gonna shout. We're gonna mix them up. Let's mix them up. Who's gonna win the loot? What if it's your next? You have to put it back.
She can win.
I'm kidding. Beth Kenjemi. Congratulations, Beth. Byron, we're gonna get a quick picture. Come on.
I just said I never win anything.
Cool, right? Is it good? Congratulations to our Do-Goody Bag winner. You just won over $1,600 in goods and services from some of the best local and regional businesses in our area. Yeah, we are so grateful for the support of our event and mission to honor those that do good. Now back to the last two awards. The nonprofit do-gooder. The nonprofit do-gooder is an individual who has led or worked within a local nonprofit organization and has gone above and beyond the duties of the organization and whose tireless efforts help these organizations provide for others. They impact those they serve, but also the larger community as a whole, with their enormous and vast contributions. We have one nominee in this category, and she is with us tonight, Ms. Beverly Schaefer. Please stand at your seat to be recognized. Nominee Beverly Schaefer is a retired special education teacher and current executive director of Our Dream Pursuits. She is well known and well loved for her outstanding dedication to enhancing the lives of adults with intellectual disabilities. So much so, her nomination application had no less than 12 letters from people sharing her enormous impact. Through her work with the ARC of Frederick County and her leadership at Our Dream Pursuits, Beverly has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to providing opportunities and fostering a sense of belonging within the community. Her passion for creating inclusive environments is evident in the wide range of employment opportunities and social events she organizes, ensuring that those she supports are empowered, engaged, and given every opportunity to thrive. Beverly's tireless efforts go far beyond basic support. She creates meaningful and enriching experiences that allow individuals to express themselves and build strong community ties. From talent shows and dances to game nights and monthly social gatherings, Bev's work brings joy, confidence, and connection to countless lives. She also plans and executes an annual Christmas show that showcases the unique talents and achievements of those she serves, offering a platform for self-expression and celebration. Her dedication is further reflected in her willingness to provide transportation when needed, ensuring that no one is left behind. In addition to her direct service to individuals, Bev actively supports local businesses like Spinners, Warehouse Cinemas, Adventure Park, and Fourth Dimension by organizing outings that provide enriching experiences for her group. Through her invaluable commitment to the community, Beverly Schaefer has made a profound and lasting impact, enriching lives, fostering independence, and making the world an more inclusive place for everyone. One of the many who wrote on her behalf and who clearly you made an impact with was Simon Malarkey. He writes, "I have fantasies of turning Mrs. Bev back 20 years younger by the fountain of youth, just so she can continue with all the events she does forever and ever." And in his letter, he also drew this picture about the Christmas show setup. I literally cried when I read it. It was so touching. It has Bev It has Bev saying, "Hey Simon, honey, can you help me with some of this here, please?" Simon says, "Hey, that's a game, I like that." Simon says, "Sure, Mrs. Bev, I can do that." And then she says, "I appreciate that." Oh my heart. Mrs. Beverly Schaefer. I know it's not a great picture, but that was in the letter, so that's all I had, but it's so cute. To present the award, we'd like to welcome our nonprofit award sponsor and 2022 Business Do-Gooder recipient, Ms. Gail Peterson from Peterson's Carpet and Flooring.
Make it brief. Okay. She doesn't know she's running. Yes, she does. How rich are we? How rich? How rich? It's unbelievable. I really didn't plan anything, but I wanted to tell Julie, it's the first time I've ever heard you speak. We're friends on Facebook. Just scroll on by. I was one of the recipients of one of those letters that you spoke about. And it just, you know, I've been given second and third and fourth chances really fast. As a very young person who stopped drinking when I was 19, I learned a lesson in a program that said, you know, a grateful heart, grateful drunk will never drink, won't take another drink. Gratitude. Gratitude is the thing that drives me through all of everything. So, and there's somebody that said that if thank you was the only prayer you ever said, it would be enough. And I'm not a public speaker, but I'm very grateful to be here and humbled and so rich, so rich. I got it. I didn't want to do that. The 2024 nonprofit Do-Gooder Award recipient goes to Beverly Schaefer. Your giving heart and desire to lift up individuals in the special needs community is remarkable. You are no doubt deserving of this award and all the love bestowed upon you. Congratulations, Beverly. Thanks.
Oh, a few words. All right, it's hard.